The voice came from behind him, and he slowly turned to face the young soldier. "Not bad. Yourself?" "Bored to tears waiting for my ride, but other than that I can't complain. I'm Ben." "Nice to meet you, Ben. Ian." "You look like a contractor." "Do I?" "You got all the Gucci equipment." "Believe me, I jumped through some fiery hoops to get the stuff you see me with now." "Uh-huh. So then, like, what? You are one?" "I work for a private military company." "Fuck, man, that's awesome. You're the boss." Ian looked away from Ben and across the room. His expression changed from boredom to curiosity. A huge blonde man with close-cropped curly hair and a reddish beard was digging through a duffel bag in the middle of the waiting area. Ian stood suddenly, his mouth dropping open. "Peter?" Ben was surprised and looked over his shoulder. "No fucking way!" Ian ran to Peter and practically knocked him over. Peter got a look at Ian's face and burst into laughter. "My God, Ian, you're worse than a puppy." Ian grinned. "It's nice to see you too." The American soldier skulked away as Ian and Peter hugged. "Fancy meeting you here," Peter said. "Where are you headed?" Ian asked. "Baghdad." "Me too," Ian responded, shaking his head. "What are the odds, mate?" "How was Bosnia?" Peter asked. "It was shite." "How was Afghanistan?" "Foobar." They both erupted into laughter. Ian said, "Go out for a smoke." "I'll quit," Peter said. "Can you believe it? I did." He patted his jacket pocket. "I've got one in here. Worst case scenario." "Good on you, mate," Ian said, nodding. "I've not been able to do it." "Yeah. You think this'll be the worst then? Baghdad? Better than Africa, not as nice as Macedonia." Peter paused. "You still in touch with Joanna?" Ian went silent for a second. Then, "No, I'm not." Peter shrugged. "I'm sorry, mate. I know you two were close." Ian nodded. "Yeah, it's complicated. I actually got a bit involved with Maddie as it happened. It was crazy, but..." "Hold on, Ian," Peter said. His phone was buzzing. "That's Ashley calling." "Tell her I said hello," Ian said, pointing at the phone. "Tell her I want a rematch at darts." "Will do, but you don't stand a chance." Peter gave Ian a quick wave before walking toward the windows. "I'll find you later." Ian was woken sometimes later by one of the Air Force guys speaking over the tannoy system. "Transports have arrived," he announced in a monotone. "Gather just outside the hangar and you'll be escorted to your vehicles." Ian looked around, but Peter wasn't there. He stepped out of the building into the enveloping black sky over the huge US base. Moving away from the hangar, he looked up and down the wide grassy field that faded into a wall of darkness. Two balls of red light were moving erratically up and down, back and forth. The escorts were approaching with flashlights. Little by little, figures emerged from the darkness, and eventually he could make out their faces. "You've got to be kidding me," thought Ian. "I wonder if these boys even have hair on their privates yet, for fuck's sake. They made the American kid Ben look like a hoary old vet." "We're ready to escort you out to the trucks," said the breathless taller of the two. "They're 500 meters from here." Ian picked up his bag and again scanned the crowd for Peter. He wanted to at least say goodbye. The boys began to lead them out into the field, and the passengers all scrambled to get their gear and follow. Ian did as well. They were approaching the 250-meter mark, almost directly between the hangar and the vehicles, when the fiery star came sailing in, landed and rocked the desert. When the sirens sounded, the civilians panicked and looked to the Air Force escorts for direction. Somewhere over behind the hangars, they saw a swelling red sphere, followed by a heart-stopping explosion. The sirens continued their frenzied wailing, and a couple of people from the group began crawling across the ground, no longer waiting for instructions from the boys who'd been leading the way. A flashlight played quickly over the group, and Ian could see their scared, clean-shaven baby faces. "Bollocks," Ian thought. "I've met many a sergeant in the British military who couldn't arrange a piss-up in a brewery, but at least they were old enough to drink."